So when it comes to upcoming Nintendo Switch games, there's not really a lot of ones that we know about at the moment, as we recently just got the Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remake, which just came out, and we know that next month there's going to be a remaster of Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, but after that we don't really have too many other games that we know about. However, Nintendo did say that there is going to be a Nintendo Direct happening in June, and that's supposed to give us some more games coming out for the Switch in 2024. Now, the Nintendo president also did talk about how Nintendo has begun mainly focusing their games in terms of the next generation Nintendo system and the successor to the Nintendo Switch, as they did make that announcement earlier this month that they are going to reveal the next generation Nintendo system before the end of Nintendo's fiscal year, which ends in March of 2025. So more than likely, we're probably going to see the announcement for that system very soon, and we're also going to have that system come out at some point next year. So it makes sense that a lot of the kind of development teams at Nintendo internally have begun really focusing on games for the Switch too. But that being said, it really seems like there's still some other games that could be coming out for the current Nintendo Switch, and also a big game that could be in development for the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. So a lot of rumors that are going on here, and I felt like it would be fun to kind of just talk about this with you guys and discuss on what they could be. Alright, so the first thing that we've got here is a post here from Midori, and if you don't know who Midori is, she is one of the most accurate leakers that we have when it comes to like Sega leaks and Atlas leaks, but she seems to get information about other types of things as well, and she's been very accurate. I mean, we can see right here that she's got over 100,000 followers from just all of the stuff that she said over the years that has ended up being true. And so she put this tweet up here very recently just saying, there is a project at Nintendo in development with the code name SP Red. So this of course is just a code name, not too much to kind of go off of here. However, she also followed up here by saying Red is the Mario code name. And then she also says here, there was a project at Nintendo with the title Silver Star, Super Mario Odyssey is Red Star. So here we go. We can see here we've already got a lot of stuff coming in here. So SP Red is basically a new project at Nintendo that we know for a fact is happening. But the thing is, we don't really know what exactly this could mean, as she says here that Red is just the code name for Mario, so more than likely I feel like this is probably a brand new 3D Mario game, and I feel like that makes a lot of sense because a 3D Mario game I feel like is definitely going to be what the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to launch with. I feel like there's not really a ton of launch games that would make sense other than a 3D Mario. Of course, with the current Nintendo Switch, it launched with Breath of the Wild, as it made perfect sense to kind of have that game come out towards the end of the Wii U, but then also have it be like the first major game available on Nintendo's next gen system. But obviously with just Tears of the Kingdom coming out last year, there's no way they're going to have like another big Zelda game available at launch. I don't think that they would do anything else like a Super Smash Bros or anything. A Mario Kart could be kind of crazy, like if the system launches with like a Mario Kart 10 or like a Mario Kart 9 or something like that, though I feel like even Mario Kart, they're probably going to wait maybe a little bit until after the system comes out. So I mean, we've seen like there have been 3D Mario launches in the past, like of course Super Mario 64 coming out with the Nintendo 64, and I just feel like having a 3D Mario game at launch with the Nintendo Switch, it just appeals to a variety of players. Anybody can get into it, and just having a new 3D Mario makes a lot of sense. So I feel like that's probably what it is, and we've already heard rumors that apparently Mario is going to try to do some type of like open zone, open world type of approach too, because Nintendo seems to see a lot of success when their games do this, as with the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, going into that open world type of game design has really showed a lot of success in the Zelda franchise. And even with Pokemon recently having Pokemon Scarlet and Violet be open world games, those were extremely successful for the Switch as well. So Mario seems to be kind of like the only one now that Nintendo hasn't really done that with. So it is rumored that the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Mario, or like whatever that 3D Mario game is going to be like some super ambitious open kind of world like Mario game. So that could be really crazy to see, and I feel like having that at launch day one would be very nice. But then there's that other thing here where she says here, there was a project at Nintendo with the title Silver Star, Super Mario Odyssey is Red Star. So this kind of sounds like maybe it has something to do with Mario Odyssey. Like if Mario Odyssey was Red Star, then what would the other project be if it was called Silver Star? Maybe it could have been like a Super Mario Odyssey 2, but it also could have been maybe some type of like other DLC or something that was really going to go into Super Mario Odyssey. And the key word here is that she does say was, like there was a project, because somebody asked here was as in it was in development at one point and is no longer being developed? Is there a known period of time when it was being developed? And Midori replied by saying it means unknown as like what's happening with this project. So she's not able to verify if it's still going on, if it was scrapped or anything. So I guess that's another thing to kind of keep in mind. Maybe it could have been something with Super Mario Odyssey. Maybe if it is still in development, maybe that new 3D Mario game is really just going to be a whole Super Mario Odyssey type of sequel that's going to be coming out with the Nintendo Switch 2. We really don't know for sure. So that is kind of one of the big things that is going on right now in terms of the Switch rumors. Now, Midori also dropped another leak here where she said a title related to the Bleach series will be released on Nintendo Switch hardware, and somebody asked in the comments, will it be published by Sega? And she said K-Lab. So Bleach, I'm pretty sure, is like an anime, and I'm guessing it's going to be some type of anime game that's going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch. She doesn't mention anything about next gen, so I'm guessing this is just going to be like one of those games that's coming out for the current Nintendo Switch, probably at some point this year, and more than likely we might even see it in terms of that next Nintendo Direct, which is going to be happening in June. And then finally, the last thing that we have here is another rumor that's been going around about two big re-releases that could be launching on the current Nintendo Switch after March of 2025 next year. So this was an article that was posted here on My Nintendo News, and it just says here, a new rumor is currently doing the rounds online from PH Brazil, who was the first to note that the Switch 2, which was originally planned for release at the end of 2024, had slipped to early next year. So this is coming from the person who was the first to tell us that the Switch 2 wasn't coming out this year anymore and that it was going to be coming out in early 2025, and says he's back, and this time he says that Nintendo has two re-releases in the works which are due out after March of 2025 and for the current Nintendo Switch system. He says that one of these is a classic re-release that was originally on the Nintendo GameCube, and the second one is a classic Nintendo 3DS title. He also added that these probably won't be shown in the Nintendo Direct presentation, which is confirmed for next month, and carrying on, he speculates that Nintendo intends to fully support the original Switch despite the fact that its successor will be available. This is because of the huge install base on the Nintendo Switch family of systems. Nintendo has plans for the transition period between the two systems, much like Sony's PlayStation 4 console is still being supported despite its successor, the PlayStation 5, launching in November of 2020. So this is some pretty interesting information as well, because it seems like the Nintendo Switch is still going to be supported even after March of 2025 and even after the Switch 2 comes out, and Nintendo kind of wants to do exactly what Sony does with the PlayStation 4, where you're still getting games that are coming out on the PS4 even though the PS5 has been out for like 4 years now, which is really kind of crazy. So maybe this could honestly be what's going to happen for the Nintendo Switch as well, as even if the next generation system comes out next year, there's still going to be a good couple of years of just games coming out on the current Nintendo Switch also, so you don't have to worry about not being able to buy the Nintendo Switch 2 like immediately when it comes out, so that's pretty nice. But then moving on here about the games, it seems like there's two major re-releases, with one being a GameCube game and another being a classic 3DS title that Nintendo has planned for the Nintendo Switch. And I mean, of course, there's not really any types of hints here for what exactly this could be. For the GameCube, there's already so many GameCube games that are loved, so I don't really know what types of games that they could bring. I mean, I'd love to see like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, like that was one that I really would love to kind of have on the Nintendo Switch in HD. Really cool type of Pokemon game. But of course, there's like Kirby Air Ride, there's like Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, a lot of just big GameCube games that a lot of people really enjoy. But then in terms of a classic 3DS title, there's still a lot of amazing 3DS games as well. I mean, the one I've seen a lot of people saying is that it's going to be a Zelda game with maybe like a Zelda Link Between Worlds type of remake or like remaster coming, and that would be really cool to have on the current Nintendo Switch as well. But I'd also love to see something like Kid Icarus Uprising, as that's one of my favorite games of all time, and just having Kid Icarus Uprising in HD, and that game really is just amazing, but the only thing kind of holding it back really are the controls, and just having a pro controller and being able to play that game would make it perfect, really. Like, there's really not anything else that I would change about it, so I feel like that would be amazing to have too. But at the same time, I also kind of wish that if it is Kid Icarus Uprising, that they just save that and have that get like remastered or remade or whatever for the Nintendo Switch too. And I'd love to play that with like better graphics and better frame rates and all of that. But at this point, even if it just comes out on the current Nintendo Switch, I can't really complain. I just want to see Kid Icarus Uprising come back, so that would be awesome. Or if it's a brand new Kid Icarus game too, but they're we're talking here about re-releases, so it's probably not going to be that. But besides that, I can't really think of a lot of other types of ones that I would like to see. But there are, of course, a huge catalog of GameCube and 3DS games that could work here. So definitely comment down below and let me know which of these you guys predict is going to be coming and what are your predictions for these re-releases and what you would love to see. But yeah, there you go guys, that is pretty much all the information that we have right now about some upcoming Nintendo Switch games, as well as some games coming out for the Nintendo Switch 2, with some potential Mario projects, as well as a Bleach game that could be coming out on the current Nintendo Switch, and also some major re-releases that Nintendo could be planning. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button, and also subscribe to the channel, as well as I'm definitely going to have some more videos talking about some upcoming Nintendo Switch games, as well as the Switch 2 and all of that, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about all of this. Do any of these make you really excited? What do you think that some of these code names could mean? And how do you feel about these re-releases? Do you have any predictions for what they could be and what you would love to see? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about this, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.